This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the county of champions.
Settles under it. The senior makes the catch. Perfection. Neshannock, again, are your Class 2A state champions.
Force out the third, and that will do it. Mohawk is your 3A softball champions.
Buzzer's going to sound. Union repeats as the Class 1A Wpial champions.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
Sideline getting by one defender, and he's going to go all the way by Harrison. Harrison on the ground finds Blundo. Blundo rolls it in, up and good for two.
Shallow right field, giving a run, and a sliding catch made.
Down to 6 on the play clock. Here's Snap in the hole. The kick is up. The kick is long enough. It is good!
That's fly ball deep right field. Get out of here!
Hope running for his life. Throws it up for grab. There's a man open.
Touchdown.
No way!
Ripped away from him. Right back to Stanley from the seat of his pants, and he throws it off the window and in.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Live from the Richard J. Ashcroft Complex here in Hookstown, it's high school football here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. As tonight, we have a battle for the top 3 spots in Class 1A's Big 7 Conference. The Union Scotties. The Laurel Spartans taking on the Southside Rams here this evening. Laurel coming in with a 4-0 conference record, 4 straight wins after starting in non-conference play 0-4. Southside suffering their first conference loss of the year last week. They are 3-1, 5-2 overall. Spartans and Rams here at lcsportsnet.com and the Triple Live High School Sports Network. It's brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, by MVP Insurance, by Penn Ohio Bottled Water, by the Red Zone, by the Newcastle Transit Authority, by Medora Bonner Law, by Gem Builders Incorporated, by Pontius Insurance, by Works in Progress Paint Services, by the Crane Room Grill, by Joseph's Marketplace, by Firefly Solar, by the City Rescue Mission, Specialty Cookies by Laurie Heights, the Tri-County Principals Association, the Laurel Teachers Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Eric Thomas alongside. I'm James Dotson. Eric was scheduled to be here last week, ended up having to call off, so he said, you know what, there's no way we're not letting him make a trip here to the Ashcroft Complex in Hookstown, and we're going to see another great Big 7 matchup. We know next week, no matter what, in the final week of the year, Eric, Neshannock against Laurel, the winner of that game will have at least a share of the conference championship. For Southside, basically it's win tonight to give themselves a chance at potentially a tri-championship, depending how everything goes next week at Bob Ledgey Stadium. For Southside, a 2-point loss to Neshannock here last week, and for Laurel on the other side, it is 4 straight conference victories. Spartans one of the hottest teams right now in all of Class 1A with those 4 straight wins in the Big 7 Conference.
It's amazing how all of a sudden when the conference season turned on, they turned on and they started running the ball better, and Lucas Santini's been the leading passer in the county, and their offense, it hasn't been lights out, but it also hasn't been exactly awful either. I mean, they've won plenty of games. They've gotten themselves right in the mix, and that really, it puts a lot of emphasis on these conference titles and positioning. We've talked so much this season, James, about trying to finish like second, third in your division. Well, second's the key. If you can't get first, you got to finish second. If you don't finish second, there's no guarantee of anything.
That's exactly right. No guarantee. Top 3 is what is officially guaranteed this year to be making it into the WPIAL playoffs. And the new fun wildcard system means that 4th place, not guaranteed. So when you look at the standings here in the Big 7 Conference, yes, again, those top 3 teams, you feel pretty confident are probably going to be having the opportunity here to make it as the playoff teams. But in the end, that 4th place team, We don't know. Could a 5th place team potentially make it? There's nothing that is guaranteed. This makes it a little extra fun and makes every game matter, even when you would have been out of it in previous years because you're not the top 4. Eric, you could take 5 or even technically 6 from a conference if you really wanted to.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where those wild cards come from, but you still want to put yourself in the best position possible. And for this Laurel team, the best position possible is going to be to play for the whole thing next Friday night.
We're going to take our first time out here of the pregame show. We'll come back, we'll break this one down, and we'll get ready for tonight's contest as Laurel travels to Hookstown to take on Southside. Back in a moment. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Congratulations to our September LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Elwha City Boys Golf as the September LCAP Team of the Month after finishing 15-0 undefeated in the regular season for the first time since 1979. Congratulations to Coach Sam Berry and the Elwha City Golf Team, our September LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock's tennis double duo Giada Capabianco and Maddie Arrow as the September Red Zone Female Athletes of the Month after winning the Sections Championship. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Wilmington's Santino Toscano as the September Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for winning the District 10 Championship in golf. Congratulations and best of luck to Neshannock's Maddie Arrow and Giada Capabianco and Wilmington's Santino Toscano, the September Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN. Pre-game show continues here from Hookstown as we get ready for tonight's game between Laurel and Southside. Again, Laurel with a 4-4 overall record, but a perfect 4-0 in Big 7 conference play. And while we just had that discussion about advertising on LCSN, want to remind you that playoffs are upcoming. The volleyball playoffs will begin on Monday with some pigtail games in Class 2A. 1A will play on Tuesday with their games, and then official first-round action in Class 2A's tournament will begin on Wednesday. We're going to get as many games as we can on the air. We can't guarantee that they will be video broadcasts. We certainly can't guarantee if will they be free video broadcasts for you to watch either. Stay tuned. Reach out to us to any way we can get a couple extra sponsorships, maybe get us a chance to do some of those games for free like you're watching right now on lcsportsnet.com. We're hoping to make that happen with the new NFHS agreement. Not a guarantee whatsoever. Laurel getting a home game for Pigtail. They are the 15 seed. They're going to be taking on 18 seed Olsh on Monday. Winner will take on the 2 seed Neshannock. Laurel. Yeah, Laurel playing in a Pigtail game, also playing in a Pigtail game. Shenango and Mohawk both playing in a doubleheader down at Keystone Oaks as well in Class 2A action, and Union in Class 1A will be traveling to St. Joseph in the first round of that tournament. So again, we're going to take care of as many of those games as we can and as we are able to. Same once the football playoffs begin, where Selection Saturday coming a week from tomorrow. Every game here down the stretch, extremely important. When we take a look at these two teams looking at the last couple of games. Again, 4-0 for the Spartans. The offense starting to click. 47 points against Summit Academy, 28 points, including finding success in the fourth quarter with the ground game there against Shenango. On the other side for Southside, a couple of losses sandwiching an overtime win and a gutsy win at Northgate, going for 2 in overtime, getting the win 36-35 over the Flames. A lot of points being put up, but a lot of points being allowed, at least from Southside standards of what we've seen from the last few years. But you talk to Coach Travelpiece, a very young squad for sure. Lost a lot of seniors from that conference championship team and Wpial runner-up team a year ago, but they've been growing each and every week, getting better and better, lining up to this end of season setup here, where they're going to have the big game last week, a big game this week as well, before traveling to Rochester in the finale next Friday night. They're hoping to do so with a chance to still win another conference championship. They need to take down the Spartans tonight and then hope for a chance at a tri-championship if the Spartans can then go up and defeat Neshannock on the road. Real quick before we take another timeout, the other games going on tonight, Wilmington hosting Sharpsville up in District 10. That's the senior night finale for Wilmington up there in D10. Newcastle hosting Ambridge. Canes win the last two. They still have a chance at a wild card bid in Class 4A. Elwood City hosting Union. Elwood, with a win, would get only their third conference championship in program history. Mohawk traveling to Freedom, looking to keep their playoff hopes for an automatic bid alive. And Neshannock hosting Summit Academy. Shenango, also in the Big 7 non-conference tonight. They are taking on Fort Cherry. The other game in the Big 7 tonight, Northgate hosting Rochester. We're going to take another timeout. We're going to come back, and it'll be interview time. We'll get a chance to talk with both coaches, both Coach Travelpiece of Southside and Coach Cooper of Laurel. That's when we return here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
Even if it's the same day, to schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of their locations in Xenia-Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
Back here on the pregame show, get a chance to talk with Coach Travelpiece here at Southside. Coach, first conference loss of the year last week, but you get another big game right back at it. Just talk about a quick turnaround in that regard of a close loss and getting right back into the film room and getting ready for tonight.
Yeah, we knew that this stretch down here at the end with Neshannock and Laurel back-to-back, and then Rochester, of course, next week, you got 3 well-coached teams, 3 physical teams, 3 teams that are going to make you prepare physically, mentally, emotionally. So, the way last week was a close game, we had to have a short memory and start turning the page the next day to try and prepare for Laurel. Coach Cooper always does a great job with these guys. They're always tough, they're always physical, they're disciplined, they don't beat themselves. So, we're looking forward to tonight. Last week was a great game. Hopefully, we get something similar tonight.
Coach, we talked at this exact point last year in Week 8, and it's been interesting the last couple of years. You've had essentially the biggest games of the year, with the top teams in the conference playing against each other in these last 2 or 3 weeks of the year. Just talk about that, how that works, and do you like it that way, or would you rather have been playing games early in the year or spread out throughout the course of the year?
It's just kind of what we're accustomed to. We're a young team this year, and what I mean, we graduated a lot of seniors from last year, right? So we had a lot of inexperience, and so this year probably was beneficial for us to get some of that experience prior to last week, prior to this week. But each year is a little bit different. It does seem to work out that the last couple of years, even 3 years ago in 2021, we played Western Beaver the last game of the season. It was a Saturday. Everybody else was meeting for the selection, and we played Saturday. I think it was morning, which ended up giving us a home game, right? So that was for 2nd and 3rd in the conference. So it seems to be what we've become accustomed to. Coaches always hope that you're getting better week to week and playing your best ball going into the playoffs. And if we're doing that, then that's when you want to play these teams, right? So hopefully, we thought we got better last week as a team. Hopefully we got better from last week to this week, and we'll see. Like I said, Laurel's always a good football team. So
one final quick question. You said a young team losing all the seniors last year. What has been the one thing you've been most impressed with your new squad this year in terms of improving from week 0 to tonight?
You know what? Well, right there at the end, you talked about improving from week 0 till tonight.
Hey, Coach, where I can get your game balls?
Each week, you said from week 0 till tonight, every single week they come out, they play hard, they give great effort, great emotion. There's no quitting them. When we played Shenango, we were down at halftime. We played Northgate, we were down at halftime. These guys believe, they persevere, and so for a younger group or an inexperienced group, it's really easy to quit. They don't do that. They don't know what that word means, and so I think that's the thing. That's the resolve in them. We've been banged up. We've had some injuries. They don't let that affect them. They come out each week to get better and look at it as a great competition. So,
good stuff. I appreciate it, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you.
We'll be back here in a moment, but the pregame show continues on Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Since 1911, the City Rescue Mission has been serving our community by providing food for the hungry, shelter for the homeless, and hope for the lost. We continue to love all that come through our doors, extending mercy and providing grace just as God has done for each of us, serving with a compassionate heart and sharing the good news of the gospel and the hope we all have in Jesus Christ, just like we've done since 1911. We can't do this alone, and we continue to need your help.
Back here on the pregame show, it's Axe interview time. Get a chance to talk with Coach Cooper of the Laurel Spartans. Hey, Coach, beautiful night. We're getting down here into the stretch run, and you got 2 big games come to finish off. Talk about Southside here tonight.
Oh, what a beautiful night for a football game, and we're just anxious with the opportunity we have, and blessed that we are here at this position. We want to take full advantage of it. The kids keep talking about opportunities, and tonight's our opportunity. Southside's a good football team. They come at you with the wing T offense with a strong running attack, and defensively we got to be sharp, and offensively make those big plays so that we can take advantage, hopefully on the scoreboard, and make them a little bit more predictable.
What is the biggest key to stopping a wing T offense, especially theirs?
Yeah, fullback. One that comes straight at you and one as big as theirs. Like, we got to be able to, stop him from getting those 5-6 yards on first down and then you don't know what they're going to do. It could look like 3 different plays at once, and you know, if we're able to hopefully control him and then stop 22 from having, you know, the big play. He's their big playmaker. So those are 2 things we've been stressing all week, and hopefully we're able to do that.
You talk about opportunities, Coach. You've got a lot of players that have had opportunities rotating in and out of on the line of scrimmage especially. Just talk about the adaptability, especially guys going from line to skill position and back and forth.
You know, you do what you have to as far as trying to win and putting those pieces together. You got to account for injuries, and, you know, you do what you have to. And Alex Medved's a great example. One week he's the H-back, next week he's the fullback, and now he's the center tonight. So, you know, guys like that, I can't say enough about. They're unselfish. They just want to win, and they'll do whatever they want. And we got a lot of those guys. So we're just doing what we can to overcome some of those injuries and keep playing football.
Best of luck tonight, Coach. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Starting lineups, keys to the game, and opening kickoff here from Hookstown. When we return, Southside against Laurel here on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
Just a few minutes away here from kickoff at the Ashcroft Complex and at Southside Beaver, Southside Area High School, the venue for tonight. Thanks again to Coach Chavelpiece setting us up here, Coach and Athletic Director at Southside. Thanks to him and Coach Cooper for chatting with us for those ACTS pregame interviews. ACTS, they're here to get you there. Lawrence County's door-to-door transportation service. Hey, it's open to the public. ACTS takes people to work, play, and anywhere else they want to go. 724-652-5588. Give them a call for more information. Again, looking at the standings here for the game tonight, the big thing that you're going to look at, I think more than anything, is not only in this Big 7 conference, where again, Neshannock and Laurel top of the conference, 4-0, Southside a game behind. Rochester, I think with a win tonight, secures, in my mind at least, Eric, I think they secure getting that second, or getting one of the 4 wild cards. Again, top 3 in each of the 4 conferences, plus the 4 wild cards that the committee will choose. I think Rochester, even with what would be only a 3-win year, the way that they've kind of rebounded, similar to what Laurel has after a rough start, I think is going to pay dividends.
Yeah, and think about what they've been through all season long. You know, the ups and downs. They haven't had a healthy team all season long. Then they have the bad injury a couple weeks ago with Mason, the running back, and just a lot of emotion going on with that team. But, you know, when we saw them against Neshannock, James, we talked about what their coaching staff has built over the years and the legacy there and the toughness of that program, the toughness of that team, and not having full rosters and going through these seasons and having to try to piece things together late in the year. And they're used to this kind of run. They're used to kind of throwing it together late in the season. And, you know, I agree. They're playing some of their best ball this time of year, and you never know. You get in, you're hot at the right time. This Laurel team's going to try to do that tonight and next week. You never know what can happen. You might be able to bottle up a couple of wins in a row in 3 weeks, and all of a sudden you're playing for a Wpial title.
I think with Laurel especially, as they've improved, no, the running game hasn't gotten to full strength like we are, you know, prone to seeing and used to seeing for a Laurel team. That's for certain. However, the improvement in relying on the run in the 4th quarter against Shenango, I think was very key to see that come to fruition. And as Eric's getting rattled over here, oh my goodness. For whom the bell tolls, I'll tell you what, it tolls for Eric's eardrums right now. But, I mean, back to the point, Eric. Laurel playing good football, running the football, improving on that facet each week, even with a bunch of players rotating in and out of that line of scrimmage on the offensive line, as Coach Cooper was talking about.
They realized at a point, even before the regular season kicked off, they realized at a point that we weren't going to have the guy that we thought was going to be a 1,000-yard guy for us this season. So now we're just going to have to piece it together, and that's exactly what they've done. They haven't had anybody capable of 1,000 yards. They've just mixed it up. Whoever's got a hot hand, they ride with it, and it's been an effective style. And that's all Lucas Santini really needed. For this offense to be perfect, and for him to have that full complement every week where you can just turn and hand the ball off, and they're not relying on you to throw the ball 20 or 30 times in a game, would have been perfect. And this team might not be 4-4. They might only have 1 or 2 losses for all we know. They might have beaten Laurel in the beginning, or they might have beaten Elwood City in week 0 for all we know. But it didn't work out that way. They've pieced it together, and they've been able to balance out their offense somewhat, at least enough that it makes it effective for them.
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Night. They actually had a nice announcement, a nice sign up front. They have people who are willing to sign in memory of a fallen, lost one. As Southside now making their way out onto the field. And you heard it too, in terms of stopping this wing T offense, Coach Cooper said it begins with stopping the fullback. You can't have those fullback dives go for 3, 4, 5 yards every time. Here's the thing, though. You're talking about a 6'5", 210-pound fullback coming at you in the senior Mateja Pavlovich, one of the few seniors who is returning from last year's team. He is a beast. He is a burden to bring down. Oh, by the way, uses his legs as the kicker as well for this team. He does a little bit of everything for this Southside team.
Yeah, remember we saw him last year against Union and how effective he was in that game. And what Laurel's going to have to do up front defensively is just be disciplined, not fall for the fakes. Just keep your eye on the ball at all times. Try to read who's going to get it. Try to cut off those edges. Don't fall for any kind of fakes. They've got the players up front like Tyler Fuchs, and you've got Casey Wilson up front. These guys are all, I mean, they've moved Alex Medved around a lot this season. In fact, he's now full-time offensive line, but he's a wrecking ball defensively. They can bring safeties down in the box that can get physical with Sodders and Carlson. This team has the ability to stop the wing T. It's just and it's any case when you play any style of wing T team. You just have to be disciplined at the line of scrimmage. No mistakes. Don't fall for the fakes. Make sure you're cutting off those edges. Make sure you're watching those double handoffs. Make sure you're watching the quarterback at all times if he keeps, especially in this case because they have such a young player at the position for Southside. So you just have to be on your P's and Q's more or less when you play these wing T style teams, and they're going to certainly get a test tonight. And next week it's going to be a completely different animal when it comes to the style of offense that they'll play against Neshannock. But as we see the two teams out there for the coin toss, and we have seen this Southside team in the past. You'll see right there, Laurel will receive the ball. So Spartans offense going to be on the field first. That's probably a good idea if you're Brian Cooper. You get it out of the hands of that physical offense right away. You put your offense on the field first, and you get Lucas Santini in a rhythm early on, and you hope that you can stay hot the whole night because they're going to need his right arm in this game to keep this Southside team off balance. This is a Southside team that obviously is trying to rebound from last week and a Laurel team trying to stay hot, but I like taking the ball first here, and we'll see what this Laurel offense can do right off the jump. And it will be Pavlovic who will do the kicking, as James said. So we're going to look at Lucas Santini, 55% completion percentage on the season.
So Laurel will receive the opening kickoff. They're going right to left as you're watching here at lcsportsnet.com. Carlson deep to return, one of 3 men deep for the Spartans. Mateo Pavlovich will be the one to boot it away. Talk about the keys to the game after this opening kickoff as well, brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Pavlovich tees it up and boots it away. Line drive kick taken inside the 5-yard line by the Spartans returner on the far side. A little seam to the 30, quickly to the 35, look out. Breaks a tackle across the 40 and out near midfield. What a great return to get things off and running. Colton Carlson, the long return. As we take a look at the keys to the game, again brought to you by Works in Progress Paint Services. Hit the big play. Well, that was nearly one right there. Win on first down, important on defense, but I think also important on offense to be in front of the chains for sure. And both teams, notice, Eric, stay balanced. In terms of Southside, it means stay balanced in terms of who is running the football. For Laurel, it's to continue to run the football time and time again to give the threat to be able to pass it like they look to do on first down here. Over the middle, Santini gets it down the seam, but in and out of the hands of Jack Miles, and those two had a bit of a wrestling move at the end as Pavlovich was going up the seam there with the Spartans wide receiver.
Yeah, as we'll talk about, James, with this running attack for Laurel, again, it's not about the amount of yardage. Whatever they get is basically house money out of the running game. When you have Nathan Hill, who you were planning on being your A back, not here for the whole season, it's house money. So it's more just about play call. It's more just about keeping the defenses honest and showing the threat of it, and maybe you break a 10, 15-yard run here and there, and you get something even more positive out of it. But it's really all just about balancing out the play call for Laurel at this point.
There you go, handoff up the middle, bouncing off one tackler is Jackson Saunders. He's going to get close to the line of the gain of 9 there, Eric, and I'll tell you what, he's been a pleasant surprise. They expect him as a Wildcat quarterback. Again, you lose Nathan Hill, the 1,000-yard potential runner, as they expected. Have to change their entire offensive setup with that. Saunders has struggled at times to find holes, but they're bust off a 9-yard gain.
But that's what we're talking about here is it's house money again. So you run the ball on second down, you get 9, you leave yourself 3rd and 1. Now you have the ability to come back and do it again. You're giving yourself the ability to go back to it if you need to and not put the pressure on Santini to always make the play.
Saunders will convert on 3rd down, falls forward. Nice hole up the middle there, gain of 6. So a couple of big runs to start the game here for Jackson Saunders.
And, I'm a run and shoot kind of guy, like a fun gun, whatever you want to call it. So I want to see Santini throw the ball 50 times a game if Brian Cooper would let him. But it's just not feasible at this level if you don't have some semblance of a running game. And Laurel has shown that they've been able to piece this thing together, and that's a big reason why they're in a position to maybe win a conference title.
3rd straight carry for Saunders, and again, he's 3 yards into the hole, Eric, before he is even getting hit. 4-yard pickup on that one.
And I think they know that they can try to exploit that offensive line up front, can try to exploit this front for Southside. They're not quite as physical as they were a year ago. A couple of moving pieces in and out compared to last year.
Lucas Santini, the starting quarterback, as you mentioned, county high 1,350 passing yards on the year. Wide receivers, Tyler Shearer, Colton Carlson, Jack Miles, Jaden Iorios, the tight end, Kevin Mahoney, Tyler Fuchs, Alex Medved, Gavin Webb, and Casey Wilson on the line. And again, it is a brand new line essentially today as they have the ball now on 2nd down and 6. Play action. Santini's going to look, fire on the hook, and out past a attempted there, looking for J.J. McBride. Looked like McBride cut in. Santini was expecting him to go out, but there's your balance. Wide open, just a rare miss from Santini.
They expect now, Southside's going to expect them to run the ball somewhat, so they will, if you can, call the plays passing at the right time. You have a chance maybe to hit something big with them thinking that you might just stack the box. And that's the thing. Laurel doesn't change the formation too much when they run. They run right out of whatever they want to run it out of, the shotgun all the time. So you're not getting like all these different variations of all of a sudden they're in an I or a strong side. No, they run it the same way every time.
This time they roll out to the left, throw back towards the right, has a man open over there and caught for the 1st down. You see that sometimes in the red zone there, Eric, with a go one way, student body left, throw it back to the right. Tyler Shearer able to convert for a 2nd, 3rd down conversion of this first drive.
You're only allowing your quarterback to do this if you have the guy the ilk of Lucas Santini, who's got the arm, who's got the ability to throw the football. kept his eyes looking downfield the whole way. There was nothing on the near side, and was able just to, at the last split second when he turned his body, know that he had a guy over there, threw it where his man was going to get it, and Laurel keeps the sticks moving here early on.
Man coming in motion, fake to him, hand off to Sodders up the middle, breaks one tackle, falls forward. Again, getting 4 or 5 yards on each carry. And just like that, Spartans, for the first time tonight, have entered the red zone.
Yeah, good looking drive on here. And this is what you wanted to do against this Southside team. I mean, they're going to come back, Southside will, and go an 8, 9, 10 play drive and run that wing tee. But you need to jump in front of a team like this that might not have the ability to throw the ball that they would like to right now. It's going to be a freshman quarterback starting for him, so get ahead of them, put the pressure on them, put the pressure on your offense and your defense if your Laurel has played really well the last few weeks. So you have to feel comfortable if you give them any kind of a lead in this game.
Already 3.5 minutes gone on this opening drive. Sodders' 5th carry of the drive, and he's going to get another first down inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back 5-yard gains. About 5 carries for 29 yards for the senior Jackson Sodders.
Just they're finding lanes up the middle, and it's a good thing to watch. I mean, this could be the kind of night where maybe this is the breakout game. Boy, wouldn't they love that heading to the playoffs?
We expected to see a lot of running from Southside tonight, but Laurel coming right out, ground and pound. 9th play of the drive. They're going to go jet sweep action. Miles cuts it up the field, not a lot of room there. Maybe a gain of 1, that's about it, but sometimes you don't need to get big gains every time. You have to have that threat of those plays on the outside, but it strung out pretty well on that one, Eric, by Southside.
Yeah, nice job defensively by the Beavers, or the Rams rather. They are a very disciplined unit, and we saw them last year against Union. I keep thinking about that game, getting ready for this week, because they just took apart a really high-powered Union offense in that game last year, and it was because of their running game and their defense. They were just so physical with that Union team a season ago. They had no answer for them.
New look here, Wildcat. They're going to fake on the jet sweep look to Sodders, and that's Colton Carlson keeping it for a 14-yard touchdown. A little wrinkle caps off a 10-play scoring drive. Colton Carlson on the ground from the Wildcat, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year.
Good design, and again, have to respect it. You keep going with the same guy the whole way as far as running the football, and then all of a sudden you come back with a new wrinkle and 6 points. Good drive by Laurel to start. This is much different team than the last time I saw him. I haven't seen him since week 2, or week 1, I guess it was. Playing with much more confidence from that point on.
It's going to be Maya Jarrett on to attempt the PAT. Snap back, kick is up, and it splits the uprights. 7-0 in favor of the Laurel Spartans. And that right there, all conversions, or all special teams points this year, brought to you by Specialty Cookies and Laurie Heights. Big shout out to Laurie Heights. For every point scored by special teams on our broadcast this year, Specialty Cookies will make a contribution to the Mark Shaw's Scholarship Fund. Big thanks to Specialty Cookies and Laurie Heights. A opening drive straight down the field for the go-ahead touchdown. First points of the game, 7-0 Spartans lead. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Joseph's Marketplace drive summary. Here's an easy one. Well, not really easy, but 10 plays. It made it look easy there, did Laurel, as they take a 7-0 lead. The Wildcat run capping off a great opening drive in which they ran the ball 7 out of the 10 plays. Kickoff from Tony Geiwitz is going to be taken. I'd say the Corfield let it go, and then it was dropped by the other return man, having to pick it back up, and then getting body slammed by a duo of Laurel Spartans. That was on the return, number 7, Eli Buchanan. And now Southside's going to have to make a response here, Eric, after that opening drive.
Well, you know what to expect from them. They're going to come out and try to play their customary style of offense, the wing tee. Again, it's going to have to come down to discipline for Laurel's defense, not fall for the fakes. This is a freshman quarterback starting for Southside tonight in Dawson Frazier. And he's been okay. I mean, going into last week, he only had 33 pass attempts, so we don't expect him to throw the ball much. But I would expect Laurel to try to, if they can, bring some pressure early and get him rattled.
Corfield, a big hitter, but he's the one doing the hitting. Usually the one who's got the speed, averaging over 7 yards per carry, and you can see why right there. Good gain on first down, and it will move the chains.
Yeah, that's just a good, powerful run from one of these experienced rushers from the Southside Beavers. And Fuchs, the one making the tackle down the field. You don't want to see your defensive lineman chasing a speedster 7-8 yards down the field. And that's what we're going to expect from Southside here in this game is they are just going to come out and they're going to line up in their wing tee and they're going to run the ball with 4 or 5 different guys.
Hand off to the big man, bounces off one tackler to Pavlovich, and he's going to get held up there after a short gain, 1 or 2 yards on that one for Pavlovich. Your starting lineups again brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Dawson Frazier, the freshman quarterback, 3 touchdowns in the air, 4 on the ground. AC Corfield just shy of 700 yards on the ground. Matea Pavlovich, Amari Mormon, the other ones on the running backs. Eli Buchanan, Slayton Williams, Curtis Roy you'll see on the outside. Slayton Williams, talk about more about him in a minute. Cody Melmauer, Jack Glenn, Lucian Williams, Paul Pochler, and Parker Delormer are the offensive linemen. Another handoff up the middle for Pavlovich, and a flag thrown at the end of that play after what was a 6-yard pickup.
We'll talk about Slayton Williams a lot because we might see him at all 11 positions on the field.
He basically has fullback, H-back, running back, tight end, a little bit on the offensive line. Basically everything but quarterback really this year.
I think I saw him bring the water out earlier too. Jeez. He does everything for this team.
There was a big, altercation between Miles and Pavlovich on the first play of the game. I think Miles made the tackle here, and then basically right at the tackle, a flag thrown in. They are going to call a personal foul against Southside.
Can't be behind the sticks when you're a running team, but when you're a running team that has the experience and you bring back the thunder like they do in Corfield and, Williams, we mentioned he might get some carries, but Pavlovich, you still have to feel confident. But this is what I was saying earlier, James. You got a freshman quarterback here. Put him behind the sticks. Get some pressure on him if you can. They're going to take the pressure off of him by having him run the football so many times. But that rare time where he goes play action when they may need it in a situation like this, make sure you get pressure on him.
Now here's the issue. Instead of a 3rd down and 2, Eric, it's 3rd down and 17, and you'll see Frazier drop back to pass, and you're going to look a hook and lateral to the far sideline. Look at this. Razzle-dazzle right back from Southside across midfield for the first down. Corfield is going to be the one completing the play. See if we can see on our LCAP instant replay. Look at that, perfectly executed down the sideline for a huge gain to the 41-yard line of the Spartans.
Well, you're not asking the freshman quarterback to make the play all himself either. It's a short, safe throw. Maybe he gets 8-9 yards out of it anyway, and then you go for it if it's a 4th and short. But instead, he makes a good, safe throw, and then they run the little trickeration, and it works to perfection.
Pitch on this play to Amari Moman for a gain of 1 maybe. That's about it. No gain there, but I love it. Going to the air. Got to confirm who made the initial catch. He's going to get credit for 8 yards, and then the final 24 yards with the run after the pitch back goes to AC Corfield.
Luke Travelpiece, James, he cut his teeth playing for George Curry at Berwick. So the legendary teams that had the guys like Ron Paulus and Gus Felder and Bo Orlando, not the Bo Orlando that currently coaches out here in Western PA for McDowell, but the other Bo Orlando is now the AD at Berwick. But, he doesn't come from a program that was unwilling to do things like that to get first downs either.
Interesting formation there. No fullback. Instead, 2 wings on the right, 1 on the left, and they get Corfield with a couple of lead blockers. So Corfield with a 15-yard gain, part of the 20 or 32-yard hook and lateral play. And that one's going to be a 8-yard pickup for 3rd down and short.
And everything he runs out of this wing tee is stuff that he learned from, in my opinion, the greatest coach to ever do it in the state of Pennsylvania.
Ron Paulus, there's a name for you. Mateo Pavlovich, it feels like a name we've been calling for many years for Southside. Converts on 3rd down, and that's what he does best. Ground and pound, just get me those 2-3 yards, big fella.
Didn't some pundit from Pittsburgh say Ron Paulus was going to win 3 Heismans? I can assure you as a Notre Dame fan, he did not.
This is going to sound terrible. That's when I was a Notre Dame fan. My brother was at Notre Dame at that time, so I was a bigger Notre Dame fan. Still am.
We both have other allegiance as well.
Yeah. You know what? Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. A lot will say otherwise. Fake to Pavlich on this one. Corfield, second man through. No fooling the Spartans on that one. Maybe even a loss of a yard. Stay at home. Assignment football. That's the way against the wing tee. And we're down to 3 minutes remaining here in this opening quarter. Loss of 1 there for Corfield.
George Curry, one of his last scrimmages that he took part in as a high school coach was at my alma mater at Central Dauphin, and they had a guy named Micah Parsons who was a freshman on that Central Dauphin team. And after the game, I talked to Curry, and I said, what do you think of him? And he goes, no, that's the best high school football player I think I've ever seen.
Good one-on-one tackle from Tyler Shearer. Tackling Amari Mormon. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. That's it. 10th play of the drive now coming up for Southside, but it's going to be 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 11.
And that, by the way, was when Micah was a freshman who had not played a varsity down yet. And that's coming from a guy who coached dudes who made the NFL. So if he says it, I'll believe it. He wasn't wrong either.
No, not by any stretch of the imagination.
Certainly was the best high school football player I've ever seen.
Lone receiver to the right is Curtis Roy. They're going to do a little pitch option. Ball on the ground as it was behind Pavlovich. Ball bouncing around. Does Miles fall on it before he goes out of bounds? Yes, he does. He has possession. Jack Miles will get the fumble recovery. Again, trying to do a little razzle-dazzle, a new play maybe in the book. It was well designed, but the pitch a little bit behind Pavlovich. And then the Spartans able to fall on it.
See, that's what we said about the defense, James. You got to stay at home and not fall for these fakes. That way your eyes are always on the football, and you can make a play like he just did to get it before it went out of bounds. That's an excellent job by this defense. There were 3 or 4 guys up front for Laurel who were just hanging around and almost waiting for the ball to come to them. But because they kept their eyes on the ball and they stayed disciplined, they were able to make a great play on it and pounce on it and get it right back. Now in a position to take a 2-score lead maybe.
Santini at quarterback. The turn, handoff, another big hole up the gut. Jackson Saunders, 6th carry already, 6 carries for 34 yards. Tell you what, Eric, I'm not sure I saw that one coming.
No, I did not either. If you would have told me about them running the football and not cutting Luka loose early in this game, I would have thought for sure he would have had at least 5 or 6 attempts by now.
5-minute scoring drive on the first possession, a 5-minute drive right back from Southside with no points. And right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'll tell you what. Pound it with Saunders right up the gut. Picks up another 1st down.
Yeah, you see the replay right there. And this offensive line is getting good push early on. And they're getting off the ball quick. They're getting their hands up. They're getting on their guy right away, and they're opening these lanes up. They are pushing their way around. And we knew that this was going to be a physical offensive line for Laurel. This might be their biggest test to date against this physical defensive front for Southside.
Another big gain there, but I think you're going to get a flag as Kevin Mahoney had a big pile of jerseys. It's going to be the first penalty against the Spartans. Hey, we didn't get a chance to introduce our officials tonight. Bob Germano, the referee. Matt Stebbins is the umpire. Dave Greer, the head linesman. Kevin Sapp, the line judge. Dave Fisher, side judge, and Clint Robinson, the side judge. Dave Fisher is the field judge. So holding will push back the Spartans, and it will be 1st down and 20. I'll give a shout out to Matt Stebbins. He was doing the yeoman's duties yesterday. He was doing a junior high girls basketball playoff game in the afternoon, and then did one of the volleyball matches that we had coverage of last night, Mohawk against Neshannock. Coming here tonight for this game. And, hey, we've been told he's been doing both the junior high football and basketball championships that we're hoping to have coverage of. Girls basketball on Tuesday and the football championships coming up on Wednesday. Wildcat formation, play action, looking to pass as Carlson's trying to roll out, evades one rusher in the backfield, still looking down the field, now decides to tuck and run because he's got a huge avenue in front of him. Depends on where he stepped out of bounds, close to midfield. You may have wanted to see him tuck and run earlier, but, you know, credit to a non-quarterback still wanting to chuck it down the field.
Keeping his eyes down the field the whole time. They're confident here that they can pretty much do whatever they want to offensively. That they can go with different quarterback formations, that they can run the ball when they want to, throw the ball if necessary. And tonight it seems like the throwing is if necessary. I did not have that on the bingo card tonight, sir.
No, that was not part of our works in progress keys to the game. Give Joe Wright a call, by the way, 724-714-4294 to discuss your next painting project. That was a 6-yard gain. Santini looks to throw, flushed out of the pocket, spying him on the far sideline and just decking him out of bounds after a short gain. Believe on that far sideline was A.C. Corfield. That's a check out with 21, not 22. Curtis Roy making the hit after a gain of 2. Third down, after the holding penalty, 3rd down and 12 coming.
Down in distance here where Laurel might think about running the football here on 3rd down if they have something that can get 7 or 8 yards and then go for it on 4th.
How about this? We're not the first game to end the first quarter. I can't believe it with how fast this first quarter has gone. Newcastle taking a 7-0 lead to the end of the first.
Well, that's massive.
3rd down and 12. Santini pumps, fires over the middle, caught by Carlson. Close to the sticks, fights forward. The extra effort is going to move the chains. Big gain, Colton Carlson on 3rd down to end the quarter. Needed 12, and he got 15. Big 3rd down conversions, Eric. Absolutely impressive. We'll talk about that on the other side of this break. We've played one here at Southside. A 7-0 Laurel lead. Back in a moment here at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn Ohio has you covered.
Congratulations to our September LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Elwha City Boys Golf as the September LCAP Team of the Month after finishing 15-0 undefeated in the regular season for the first time since 1979. Congratulations to Coach Sam Berry and the Elwha City Golf Team, our September LCAP Team of the Month.
Games on tap here in the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. We have a 7-0 lead in 2 of them, as Laurel leads 7-0 over Southside, and there's also a 7-0 lead Newcastle over Ambridge, a big one there to try to keep the playoff hopes alive for the Canes there, as one of the few negative plays of the game there as Sodders hit immediately. What adjustments, Eric, does Southside need to make defensively to stop this running game that is all of a sudden so prevalent here for Laurel?
Well, to me, when you have a quarterback like Lucas Santini, you get him in a rhythm early. And Laurel hasn't had to do that yet. So your defense, much like we said about Laurel, has to stay disciplined at home, make the plays, make them play from behind the chains, and put the onus on that right arm of Santini.
Nice pass up the middle to get it to Jack Miles. It'll depend on the spot, but it looks like it should be enough to move the chains. Jack Miles, his 24th catch of the season. I think that was impressive, too. Carlson coming in 27 catches. Shearer 20 catches. Miles 23 catches. Spreading it around. Throwing Sodders with double-digit catches as well.
Of course, as I say that, Santini goes, hey, you up in the booth, be quiet. Here's that right arm. But it's all about staying disciplined and getting pressure on them. It's the same thing on the other side. The only difference is right now you can't rattle Santini, and on the other end you might be able to rattle Frazier because he's a freshman.
Good job to spin out of a tackle there on the little jet sweep motion. And I like this, too, that what Laurel has done is they found the ways to get the ball into some of their playmakers' hands a little bit. You move Saunders from wide receiver to running back. You get these kind of jet sweeps. Or now a wildcat with Carlson. Jack Miles getting some touches. Shearer as well on some of these end arounds. You find a way one way or another. Speaking of finding a way, how about they've been doing this with Mateo Pavlovich there on the bench. He's just getting himself back into play now, hustling up to the line, and Southside has to hustle and get somebody off the field. Carlson in the Wildcat, up the middle. He's going to get into the red zone, bounces off a couple of tacklers, still going, breaks away from another. Inside the 15, you can't bring down KC.
They replaced Pavlovich with one of the linemen who was up front. And Laurel said, you know what, we got to go quick. We can't let him get set. We can't let him really start to read what we might try to do or look for a tendency. And Carlson, it looked like, maybe called his own number on that play. He ran right to the side of the lineman, came off on the substitution. So that is a heads-up play from a veteran player on the team.
Not the quarterback, though he lined up at quarterback. So keep that in mind, too. That's where he lines up again on 3rd down and 1. Goes right side this time. Again, splits away from a couple, goes over a man who's on the ground, and he's still going into the end zone. Are you kidding me? 13-yard touchdown, Colton Carlson. I don't know how he stayed on his feet, Eric.
Well, he did it because he kept his eyes moving down the field. And, I mean, just great field vision, picked his spot for the second time in a row. And I'm going to tell you right now, I know that they showed some fight last week coming back against Neshannock in that key game. 14 points here, James, might be a little too much for the home side tonight when we haven't even seen Laurel come out and start slinging it.
It's another 10-play scoring drive. The extra point, though, blocked off the edge by Corfield. Keeps it a 13-0 advantage for the Spartans. Little life from Southside, but they trail by 2 scores. We'll be back in a moment. It's Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Leopold or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Your Joseph's Marketplace drive summary: 10 plays, 57 yards. Nearly identical to the 10-play 56-yarder to begin the game. Laurel with a 13-0 lead. A little bit of life. AC Corfield doing a little bit of everything. He's got a big hook and lateral reception. He's got rushing the football, already 4 carries. He has a blocked extra point, and he has a nice return here to give Southside the ball at the 38-yard line. Quick moving first half here, only the second drive of the game for Southside. They had a 10-play drive end with a fumble just on the skirts of the red zone. We'll see how they respond with a 2-score deficit now, trailing 13-0. Frazier brings Corfield in motion. He'll get the handoff to the far side, gets to the corner, wrapped up there by Jack Miles, the team's leading tackler. If he averages, I think he needs to average 11 or 12 per game the rest of the year. He actually will set a single-season tackling record, Eric. That's a record that lasted See if you recognize this name. Todd Atkins. Played for the Nittany Lions back in the day.
Former offensive lineman, I believe.
Yes. 3-yard pickup for Corfield.
Late 80s, early 90s?
That's about right. Rolling out, Frazier after play action finds a man open. It's Corfield getting it done in all facets of the game across midfield to the 45-yard line. Big pickup. It's 9 plus 5 is a 14-yard gain and a first down.
Yeah, good looking throw that time by Frazier. He's shown some moxie here early in this game. But I think Laurel needs to try to get some pressure on him, and they're going to keep making him those safe throws, and that's exactly what you need right there out of your defense.
Yeah, pressure right up the gut, nowhere to go for Pavlovich. So Corfield on that last play, by the way, 39 receiving yards, so that's his first official catch because of the first one being on the hook and lateral. He's not the one who caught it.
Todd Atkins, by the way, who I think was part of one of the most underrated teams in Penn State history. That's the 1991 team, and if you don't believe me when I say that, go look at what they did at the end of the season that year. If there was an 18 playoff in 1991, that's a potential Final Four or championship team. They were that good at the end of the season.
Triple option look, this time keeper from Frazier, and he's going to slide forward for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. Nice headsy play. Again, just a freshman playing at the quarterback position there. Triple option, one of the toughest things to try to do as a youngster at the quarterback position. 4 yards makes it a third and very manageable.
You got to be disciplined, and I mean, their program, it bleeds down to the youth football level. So they are teaching these guys the wing tee and the style that Luke Travelpiece wants to play all the way through, and that's what great programs have to do. It's what perennial winners like Southern Columbia and in the past Cumberland Valley, when they were a wing tee football program under the great Tim Remfield, same thing. You just teach it the whole way up through the grade levels, and then when you get to the high school level, you're ready to go.
Whistle blows this play dead. Flag thrown. This will be a procedure penalty that will push Southside back. Yeah, I love it. Both of these coaches, educators first. Procedure will make it 3rd down and 11 now on the fall start. Coach Travelpiece is 9th year coaching. Again, also now the athletic director here at Southside. Teaches special education at Southside here. Laurel coach Brian Cooper teaches history. Well, AP government action over there at Shenango High School. He told me, he tells everybody he has, well, I told him I'd say he teaches 8 preps out there. He claims it's only 7 jokingly, but I said I would make sure everybody knows that he is, he's got 8 different classes to teach in a day. You know, plus get his team ready for Friday night.
There's how many periods in a day at a school? 9?
9. And this is going to be another penalty because they broke the huddle. The center grabbed the football and then let the football go. Umpire Matt Stebbins all over
it's
it.
The high school football version of a balk, if there is such a thing.
Well, that was, again, we mentioned Mr. Stebbins, who was did 2 different sports last week. I was chatting to him before the game, actually. He said next week he's going to be doing 4 different sports officiating in 1 week. Softball this weekend, the girls' basketball championships, football, and volleyball, all on the docket for him. We love doing it all, too, Matt. 3rd and long. Throw back on the wheel route. It's going to be underthrown, and unable to get to it was Corfield. Going with him step for step there on the far side was the other number 22, Tyler Shearer. And 4th down, upcoming now.
Yeah,
for the Rams.
The coverage was good, James, but the pressure was better because that forces a bad throw by the freshman. And that pressure is coming from the backside, so when he turns to go and throw back, he's got a dude right in his face. I don't know if you've noticed anything about these Laurel defensive guys. They're pretty big up front. I don't know that I'd want one of them in my face if I'm trying to throw back across my body.
Yeah, no. Kevin Mahoney, Casey Wilson, Tyler Fuchs. No, thank you. Good punt here from Corfield. Is going to bounce inside the 10. That's going to die there, so having to pick it up is the return man, but lots of room and breaking a tackle, getting back out past the 20-yard line is the returner. Believe that is Jackson Sodders. It is out to the 21-yard line. Laurel about to start their 3rd drive of the game midway through this 2nd quarter. While we have a moment, let's talk about the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Give them a shout-out. our podcast each and every week, delivered by Penn Ohio Bottled Water. Make sure you give them a call for delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems. We're going to have our weekly show on Wednesday is still the plan, Eric. There's a lot going on Wednesday with volleyball and junior high football, so stay tuned. We might have to make an audible there. We're also going to have a podcast show previewing all the volleyball playoffs coming up. Stay tuned. That'll be coming over the weekend. Handoff up the middle, looking for some room. Up the gut is Sodders. And he's going to get out to the 28-yard line. Good gain on first down. How about this? 9 carries for 48 yards for Sodders already.
Well, you brought up the point when the last drive started for Southside, too. That was only their second offensive possession. So if you are a run-dominant team, you're the opposing team, what's the smartest thing you can possibly do? Play keep away and get points. You limit the possessions, you shorten the game. That's what they want to do. You're doing it to them right now, and it's working to almost perfection.
Yeah, again, a team in Southside that hasn't put up a lot of points just because they can't put it up in bunches. Yes, they do have some home run hitters, to say the very least. A.C. Corfield especially. I mean, had a 80-plus yard touchdown a week ago. They can do it with the run game, but that's not exactly their M.O., not the way that they typically want it to go. Sodders getting another first down here.
Just a good, hard run. Credit to that offensive line. They've got their own freshman up there in Fuchs, who you and I have been pretty high on since the preseason.
And he has just continued to impress more and more every time we've seen him out there. Sodders, third straight carry, big hole up the gut again. It's just avenues, Mack trucks right driving through the middle of that defensive line, Eric.
Well, and you're seeing guys like Casey Wilson who are releasing and getting downfield, looking for guys to block too, showing that athleticism and how they are blowing guys off the ball. But not only that, the speed of getting through those initial first tacklers by these runners for Laurel in this game, particularly Sodders, but Big Wilson sheds his guy and just down the field trying to pave the way for the bigger gain. This running game is clicking like something here tonight for Laurel.
4 straight carries now for Sodders. Finally eaten up, though. This one actually maybe a loss of a yard. That's right up the gut. I think Pavlovich saying, I've had about enough of that. Paul Polcher in there as well.
But look what you're doing here. How much time's left in the first half?
Yeah. 4:11 and counting.
Feels like we just kicked this game off.
We thought last week's game here went quickly. We had our red zone broadcast, Eric. By the time we had a couple of technical snafus, got up and running, and we look and say, oh, we're midway through the second quarter in that game. Similar scenario here, as Laurel's just eating up chunks and chunks of time. Don't know how that snap even got to Santini. Throw over the middle, may have been deflected at the line. I think Malmer got a piece of it, and it's going to fall incomplete. Third down coming. Looking at that replay, I don't even know how that snap got to Santini with Miles coming in motion like that.
Well, the other thing that Miles, when he went in motion, it looked like Santini couldn't quite, on the fake, commit all the way to not handing the ball off. It looked like he had trouble getting the ball up to throw it. And then by that time, somebody staying at home sticks a paw up and is able to deflect it before it can get to the receiver. Good route concept, though. They just got to work on that and be cleaner.
Blitz up the middle, going to try to dump it off to Sodders. Breaks away from one tackler, makes another man miss. Is kind of slipping to the ground there, unfortunately, was the freshman Moman. And it's going to be close to a first down. If he's got it.
Wow. Got it.
5 for 5 on third downs, Eric, right now is Laurel.
No,
three of them have been of the 10 or longer variety, I believe.
Yes, he does have it.
Wow.
I thought initially they might come in and say he was about a half yard short, or maybe a yard, but they are going to give it to him. No measurement. They don't measure anymore in high school football.
Well, they still will on a grass field. We saw it at Western Beaver Rats. I think they did it 3 or 4 times out there last Saturday. Turf, though, yeah, they're taught not to. Sodders, another big hole up the gut. First down and more to the 25-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 yards. And how about this, Eric? 13 carries for 83 yards. That is a season-high rushing yardage. And we still have 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Well, working on it for next week, too, because they're going to need this running game against Neshannock for sure. And we said it at the onset that they are playing their best. They're running their best this late in the season. You want to run your best. You want to play your best. Laurel for sure running the football the best maybe it has all season long, considering who's on the other side tonight.
8th play of this drive. 10-play scoring drives already in the game for Laurel. Another Saunders carry up the middle. Good job coming off the edge and tripping him up on the play. Coming across was number 77 for Southside on the tackle. Lucian Williams getting that trip up after a 2-yard gain. My goodness, time of possession is going to be insane to look at. Already 4 minutes gone on this drive. Wildcat look on 2nd and 8. Saunders the man in motion, fake to him, keeper for Carlson. Follows his blockers. Good job to hold the edge there by Curtis Roy, limiting it to a 2-yard gain. Though again, the Spartans have entered the red zone. Make sure you stop by the red zone, by the way, Aaron. Just up the road in Neshannock Township. They got all your county sporting apparel needs. And don't forget, those spirit sales can raise big money for your organization. And I spoke too soon because by about a half of football, they are not quite to the 20-yard line. Trips to the left for Santini. That's the way he's going to roll on 3rd down. Steps up, fires. It's going to be off of the chest of Jack Miles. Hit him right between the 1 and 0, Eric, and he just couldn't look it in.
It kind of contorted his body a little bit too on the route and just couldn't make connection. The coverage was good. Throw wasn't bad.
Yeah, good throw actually to get it just on the outside. Take a look again on this LCAP instant replay. Big shout out again to our powering sponsor, Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. Yeah, he puts it to the outside. Just unable to make the catch. First time they've not been successful on 3rd down in the game. 10 on the play clock. They will go for it on 4th down. Call it 7 to go.
That's why they give you 4 downs. Why not?
Santini looking to throw. Fires over the middle. Wide open as Carlson caught for the 1st down inside the 10. He wants pay dirt. He's going to be just shy down to the 1-yard line. Look at that, Eric, just settling down in the middle of the zone. Perfection.
Yeah, so many different guys that can do damage on offense. They go quick, but they blow the whistle here.
They get maybe not even get set there, Eric. Not sure.
Boy, how big is 21 or 20 here in the first half? On the road. Game you need to win to keep your conference championship hopes alive. And keep a 2 seed in the playoffs alive. Not a 2 seed, but a 2nd place finish at least in a conference.
Out-of-town score update real quick. Wilmington and Sharpsville, 14-14 in the 2nd quarter. Good one up there. We got coverage of that with Mercer County Radio. Under a minute to play in the first half. Laurel trying to make it a 3-score advantage. Santini under center for the first time. He's going to turn handoff to Saunders, and he's going to punch it into the end zone for the 1-yard score. Spartans lighten it up with the ground game.
Yeah, they are just on fire tonight. And they needed Santini to make the play on this drive, though. They went to him, and he did. They are just a well-oiled machine here tonight and looking very, very good. On the road, must win. You say must win. It's not necessarily must win, but it's must win if you want to keep your conference title hopes alive. This team who started 0-4, and then all of a sudden the switch flipped.
They're going to go fake on the point after. Everybody went for the block, and a little backwards flip from the holder. Making a catch is Jackson Saunders. Oh, I'm not sure we may have ever had a Melee Chiropractic play of the game coming on a extra point attempt, Eric, but I think Jaden Iorio's little flip there is going to have to be under consideration.
That was pretty, and they chased the point, and I like that because what happened on this very field last week with Neshannock and the missed chances and the chasing points that Southside had to go through. Brian Cooper saw how crucial that was. He understands it. So what does he do here tonight? He misses the last extra point. It gets blocked. He comes back and says, no, we're going to get that point back. We're going to make sure, for sure, this is a 3-touchdown game.
Let's step aside for a quick timeout. 21-0 Spartans. here on Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Laurel teachers support all of our athletes
on and off
the field.
All right, okay.
10-play drive, 10-play drive, 12-play drive this time, converting on 4th down and getting the touchdown run on that, or after converting on 4th down. The conversion good as well. 21-0 Spartans with just 38 seconds remaining in this first half.
And again, missed extra point last week for Southside. Loom large. They had to go for 2 late in the game. So you take that opportunity out of their hands. I mean, I guess they theoretically could still go for 2 if this was 21-20, but Brian Cooper seeing that on film and understanding the importance of these point afters. That is a right time to chase the points, too.
Well, especially they blocked one. They were going to come after it again. You could see they came up the middle. I wonder how long they've been practicing that one. We're going to have to get video of that one. I'm telling you right now, that's going to be tough to beat as a Melee Chiropractic play of the game right there.
And Jarrett's a good kicker. The only issue is the trajectory on some of her kicks that, you know, we've seen this season. And it's no knock on her, but it's just that you sometimes worry about a shorter kicker. It's not anything to do with her ability, it's her height. And with some of these taller guys on defense like we saw, special teams like we saw, then block the last extra point, sometimes you worry about the trajectory of some of her kicks. So you go for 2, you get it back, and that's that.
Coach Troutpiece will elect to go to a knee, and they're going to go to the locker room. Laurel with a 21-0 advantage over Southside at the halftime break. Eric, there is a bad moon rising here over Ashcroft Complex. Laurel coming in with authority, a 21-0 advantage. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll have the Spartan and Ram marching bands halftime performances and the halftime show when we return. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock's tennis double duo Giada Capabianco and Maddie Arrow as the September Red Zone Female Athletes of the Month after winning the section's championship. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Wilmington's Santino Toscano as the September Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for winning the District 10 championship in golf. Congratulations and best of luck to Neshannock's Maddie Arrow and Giada Capabianco and Wilmington's Santino Toscano, the September Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Firefly Solar is a proud sponsor of LC SportsNet. From our regional business partnership to our community benefits agreement with local schools, Firefly Solar is dedicated to being an outstanding neighbor and beacon of economic support for the Lawrence County community. Let's create a stronger energy infrastructure while preserving the agricultural beauty of Lawrence County. Visit fireflysolarpa.com for more info about the Firefly Solar project. Firefly Solar, creating a brighter future in Lawrence County.
Halftime here, a 21-0 lead for Laurel over Southside. We're going to turn it over to the Laurel Spartan Marching Band as they're going to take us on a Spartan road trip under the direction of Valerie Hauser and Kaylee Shaner, the drum majors. enjoy Scott Boyer and the Spartan Marching Band. Their Spartans leading 21-0 as they take you on a road trip.
Feature Spartanettes in California Girls, a song by Katy Perry, led by co-section leaders Abigail Richards and Taylin Smith. Our next stop and song is I'm Shipping Up to Boston. This song features our Spartan Color Guard, led by section leader Ty Shea Kunselman.
for acknowledging the efforts of these dedicated young men and women. Our marching band is under the direction of Mr. Scott Boyer. The percussion instructor and assistant band director is Mr. Josh Johnson. Percussion instructor.
Great job there from the Laurel Spartan marching band, taking us on a road trip. What a road trip this has started out to be for the Spartans. Eric, let me just give you some numbers here as they lead at the halftime break, 21-0. Laurel is outgaining Southside 183 to 83. Laurel ran 32 plays on their 3 drives. All 3 ended with touchdowns, a 10-play, 10-play, and 12-play drive leading in those 3 touchdowns. 13 first downs, 5 for 6 on third down. The one that they didn't convert on third down, they did convert on the subsequent fourth down play. And they're doing it on the ground. 118 rushing yards. Jackson Saunders leading the way. 14 carries for 85 yards. That is a season high for Saunders in the first half. They've been able to do basically whatever they want to running the football here in this game so far. It's been a doozy, to say the very least. Impressive stuff from them. We'll talk more about them, but we're going to turn it over to the Southside Rams marching band as they give us a little piece of their halftime show. 21-0, your halftime score here, Laurel over Southside. Here's the Southside band.
Joining us from Hopetown, Pennsylvania, please welcome the Southside Area High School Marching Band. Southside Area's 2024 program is entitled Coast Train, featuring music by Robert W. Smith and Eric Whitaker. We are proud to present drum major Addison Cox and the Southside Area High School Marching Band.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
For the most complete recap of Friday night's high school football action, tune in on your way home from the game to the WPIAL Scoreboard Show, only here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. Hi, this is Don Rebel. Join me in a cast of thousands for all the scores with recaps from the top games, plus we highlight the night on the Trib Live Roundtable. That's the WPIAL Scoreboard Show after the game on Friday nights on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and at tribhssn.triblive.com.
Wrapping up halftime here from Southside High School. Southside area, our venue for tonight's game in Hookstown, and man, it has been all about the road trip here. Neshannock last week getting a close win. Laurel, a 21-0 lead at the half. Incredibly as it sounds. We'll bring Eric Thomas here back in a minute. The craziest stat out of all those is that we have right now we have a scenario where we have Laurel having, no joke, twice as much time possession, just a few seconds shy of doubling up on time possession. 32 plays run for the Laurel Spartans versus just 16, exactly half of the plays run on the other side as well. It's insane how well they have run the football, especially considering the struggles that they really have had all year in doing so.
Well, and, we mentioned this in the first half, James, with a predominantly wing T team, a freshman quarterback who you may not trust all the way just yet to put the ball in his right arm. You shorten the game up if you're Laurel, which they've done in this first half in terms of TOP and also the plays run and also in the scoring. You shorten this game up and you put all that pressure on that Southside offense. Southside's offense has home run hitters, but unless they have something in terms of, say, like play action or something that's going to get the chunk of yardage down the field early in a drive, which they have yet to show, this is getting away really quick. And it is just a brilliant game plan by Brian Cooper and his staff to come here and just say, look, we're going to run the football. We're going to tear the clock in half. We're going to make them earn everything. We're going to limit their possessions. We're going to put it on them to have to try to score every single possession. Southside may only get the ball 3 more times in this game if it goes the way it did in the first half, which means they have to score every single time they have the ball in the second half.
Yeah, and you look at just, the points that they've put up in their games this year. They have had a couple of high-scoring games. 34 against Shenango. That was come from behind. They trailed at half in that one. 35 against Beaver Falls, 44 against Stowe Rocks, 17 in a loss against Monessen, 36 in overtime against Northgate. So they are putting up points, but it's a completely different scenario. They have not trailed a game by this margin all year long, especially. Real quick, let's take a look at our first half scoring recap. It's brought to you by Creative Edge. We'll see who has the edge in that first half. It is Laurel, spoiler alert. From concept to creation, Creative Edge combines their extensive construction experience with creative design to make your project a reality. Opening drive, opening kick taken. 4.5 minutes later, Colton Carlson punches it into the end zone for the opening touchdown on a Wildcat run from 14 yards out. Kick was good, made it 7-0. Southside had a 10-play drive of their own as well, but on third down, they tried a little triple option attack. Little double handoff triple option. Fumble recovered by Jack Miles. Laurel then drives down another 10-play scoring drive. This time Carlson on the Wildcat from 13 yards out. Kick was blocked, made it 13-0. They're able to force Southside to punt. And they go on a long drive, a 79-yard drive, 12 plays. They convert on a fourth down to the 1-yard line, and Jackson Sodders runs it in. A fake extra point makes it 21-0 to end the first half. Dawson Frazier and company will get the ball first. Frazier 2 for 3 for 45 yards in that first half. But is going to have to, probably as you kind of alluded to there, Eric, put the ball in the air a lot more in the third and fourth quarters. As a kick taken at the 25-yard line, getting out to about the 37 is Eli Buchanan. Let's take a look again at their starting lineups. They're brought to you by the Crane Room Grill. Today's winning word, by the way, if you're in the area, volleyball. You say today's winning word volleyball coming after the game tonight, and you can get a free order of Crane chips. Again, your winning word tonight is volleyball. Dawson Frazier with 45 yards in the first half passing. Leading rusher AC Corsfield with 22 yards on the ground. Pavlovich with 13. And that's about it. Corfield also has 39 yards on 1.5 receptions. He caught one, and he also was a recipient of a hook and lateral. He's a recipient of a pitch here on first down, going nowhere. Jack Miles able to hold him up. Good job by Corfield to stay up there, Eric, but lots of company coming to help out for the Spartans.
And we said one of the keys early on was going to be to cut those edges off, but it all starts with keeping your eye on the ball and keeping your eye on the runner if you're Laurel, and that's what they've done in this game so far.
No gain on that first down carry. Let's take a look at that starting defense for the Spartans. Jack Miles, Colton Carlson at the linebacker position with Alex Medved and Tyler Shearer. Tyler Fuchs, Kevin Mahoney, Casey Wilson on the defensive front. Lucas Santini, Jackson Sodders, J.J. McBride, and Tony Guyowitz in the secondary. Shotgun look and a jet sweep run, but nowhere to go on that carry for Amari Mormon. The freshman falls forward, though. Give him credit, gains 3 yards. It'll be third down and long, though, 3rd and 7.
You've put Southside in a position, James, where they may need to hit something in the passing game. Frazier has thrown a couple of safe balls. That one on the hook and ladder, that was a safe pass out to the flat, and they got the bigger gain after the pitch. But, this is what Laurel's defense has been able to do tonight. They've been able to put this team in positions they are not comfortable in converting or showing that they can do so with regularity.
3rd and long, rolling out and throw on the run. Good job, good safe throw. Low, caught there for a first down by Curtis Roy to move the chains. Gain of 12 yards and another third down conversion. How about this? Laurel was 5 for 6 in the first half on third down. That's now 3 for 5 for Southside, so they're converting on their third down attempts as well.
Yeah, that's a good set. It's safe throw. What they want to do with this freshman quarterback, they'll open up the book a little bit more as he gets older.
That's only the 5th first down of the game for this Southside team. They tried to get Corfield on a crossing route there, unable to do so, a little bit high off the hands and incomplete. 2nd down coming.
It's a good play fake, good design. You're seeing the pressure get up the field there. Tyler Shearer had a chance to knock that down. He got a good leap on that.
You talked about those keys to the game, by the way. Give another shout to Works in Progress Keys to the Game. Now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial properties. Both teams have done a good job of staying balanced. In fact, Laurel probably, we thought they would have to stay balanced because they'd have to run the ball to open up the pass. Right now, it's kind of the other way around. Good end around here from Mormon. Got some space finally on the outside. You talk about holding the edges. One of the few times they have gotten to the edge, Eric, and moving the chains there for Mormon. Gain of about 12 yards.
Yeah, that's a nice design run on the outside, knowing that they could get to the corner that time if they had it well blocked. And Laurel one of the few times tonight that they just haven't had the speed over there. That's the importance of just keeping your eyes on the ball and following that. You have to react quick too, and I understand that's easier said than done. But Laurel's got to be careful here. You don't want this team getting any kind of momentum. We've seen their defense change games in the past.
Throw to the flat for Corfield. Bobbles it, able to hold on to it and fall forward for a short gain. And I'll tell you what, too, when you think about it, I mean, you can see already these last couple of plays on this drive, they're still running their offense. They're doing what they typically do. They're just getting up to the line a little bit more quickly rather than using all 40 seconds each and every time. Gain of 4. Frazier now 61 yards passing. Sorry, Eric.
They feel comfortable, too, that it's only 21-0. This was 28-0 or something. You might see a little bit more urgency.
Again, this is only truly the third possession for Southside as Pavlovich falls forward for a gain of 2. Mateja Pavlovich, 5 carries for 15 yards now. But first drive, a 10-play drive, fumble on a 3rd down and long as they tried an option play. They got into Spartan territory in the second drive too, but then had to punt it away after a couple of penalties. Third drive was 1 play, a kneel down to go to the halftime break. Now they face 3rd down. Call it 4 to go. Pavlovich again up the middle. Biggest hole he's had. He's into the red zone with a first down.
See, he hasn't had many carries in the first half, so now you're bringing the bulldozer in, and he's fresh, and they're going to unleash him and try to get something out of him on this drive. And for Laurel's defense, first time they've been really pushed back on their heels tonight. You're seeing guys dragging a little bit after the play, hands on hips. They're getting a little worn out up front. This is what Southside can do to you, and if you're not careful, it can happen in a hurry.
Can't be complacent, that's for sure, if you are Laurel with the 3-score lead, because even with the wing T offense, they are able to score in bunches, especially because of that guy right there, AC Corfield, getting a 5-yard pickup on his 7th carry of the evening.
Clock still an enemy, though, if you're Southside. There's almost 4 minutes gone here in this 3rd quarter.
But this is what you want if you're Coach Travelpiece, right? Come right out, make a statement, play your game.
You have to trust that Laurel may take a chance if they give up a touchdown here. You have to trust that they're not going to be able to run the ball against you like they did in the first half.
A lot of confusion as substitutes coming in late. Curtis Roy not sure where to line up. Still plenty of time on the play clock, but again, they're trying to move a little more quickly. New player in at the fullback position. There's the Slayton Williams. We really haven't talked much about him tonight. He's listed on the roster as an athlete for a reason, Eric, and that's because he has played every position basically on the year. That's his first carry of the night. No gain, maybe a gain of 1.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he actually played all 5 offensive line positions last year, too. So he's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
They list him as a tight end, or I guess what you would consider a slot back in this offense, but he is primarily just, hey, we need you here right now, go do it.
But again, another extra legs if needed. Back to Pavlovich at fullback, play fake to him, throw on the cross to Corfield. It's going to depend on the spot, falls forward. McBride brought him down, but not until he gained the 5 yards needed to move the chains.
So again, that's a good safe throw. And that's what you want your freshmen to get comfortable doing, the good safe throw. Don't have to worry too much about a lot of timing on the route. Your receiver breaks out of it. You can throw it quick. You don't get the happy feet. Hey, Luke Travelpiece has really done a nice job to set up Dawson Frazier as a true wing T style quarterback.
Now look at this. You got 2 wings to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to go jet sweep away from the double wings. Corfield falls forward maybe a yard or 2. That's about it there on that one. Real quick, an out-of-town scoreboard update. A lot of halftime scores coming in. Wilmington and Sharpsville tied at 14. Ambridge leading Newcastle 8-7. 20-0 Elwood City over Union. Mohawk was leading late first half, 28-12 in their game at Freedom.
You can give them the big one, too, that affects Newcastle. How about Montour, 21-8 over Aliquippa?
How about that? Battle for first place in the Parkway, and I'm not sure many people saw that one. Movement here on 2nd and goal from the 5, and penalties are starting to rear their ugly head right now.
And why is that big? Because if you still have a team that's going to pester Newcastle in West Allegheny. Montour plays them next week to close out the regular season. So if they win tonight and they can win the conference next week, your assumption then becomes that Aliquippa is going to finish second, which I think would be a safe bet. You're fighting for third or fourth place. You guys talked about it on Wednesday night about the importance of that win against Knock. But if you can get West Allegheny out of the way and possibly finish third yourself, that is huge.
That is absolutely huge. Option play, get it to the third man through. Mormon makes one man miss in the backfield, spun forward close to the goal line. Nifty play there. That's actually a similar play to what they fumbled on earlier. No replay on that one, apologies there. It's going to be a gain of 9, though. Mari Mormon held without any yards in the first half. 3 big carries so far here on this opening drive.
And, you know, we're talking in terms of playoffs. The optics of third place with a big win against Knock compared to fourth place with a big win against Knock and a team ahead of you
is huge. This would be huge if the quarterback Frazier can make it into the end zone. No signal yet. They're going to say he is short. No gain on the sneak from Frazier.
So just to think about that for a second, you're trading, you've already got your biggest win in the season. You'd be trading third and fourth place, but getting the team that beat you out of the way and pushing them to fourth. Doesn't mean that Newcastle would be a guarantee, but you would think for sure the third place teams in each conference are going to make it.
Eric, this is the 15th play of the opening drive of the second half. It has taken 7.5 minutes, but it's going to come down to a 4th down and goal, ball inside the 1-yard line.
Southside football right here.
And that's not Southside football. The offense moved early, Eric, for the second time on goal-to-goal scenarios.
And that's surprising for a team that has so many veterans that are back up front. You know, talking about Williams up front, played last year. Jack Glenn, I believe, played last year for him as well.
That's somebody on that right-hand side. Moved just a little bit too early. So now 4th and goal from just outside the 5-yard line. And what do they have they can draw up?
Watch play action here. Watch a safe throw to the back of the end zone, somebody on the back side of the formation. And Frazier's not a guy who has thrown any pass into traffic tonight. But just I wouldn't be surprised to see some form of play action will roll out and hit somebody on the back end.
Send 2 receivers out to the right this time. That's where Frazier's going to roll. He's looking now. He's going to look to tuck and run, and he's not going to get there. 15-play drive. Tyler Fuchs, the freshman, makes the stop, and it is a turnover on downs. Eric, we talked about it at halftime. That happened to Mohawk the first drive of the second half against Western Beaver. A long drive that they couldn't punch it in. That was a 16-play drive. This one a 15-play drive. Turnover on downs to start the second half.
You see that they had Thorne Johnson in the middle there, but he was covered by 3 guys. I believe that was Corfield who was the other receiver, but it was Thorne Johnson who was running on the backside of the play, and he just never did enough to get open. And Frazier had to try to keep it and do what he could there, but there was a wall of white jerseys right there that wasn't going to let him get anywhere.
Lucas Santini on the quarterback sneak up the middle, gain a little bit of space. Give him a gain of 2.
James, even if they punt, at this point, I don't care. It's a win because you can possibly eat up 3 more minutes here. This clock is now becoming the big issue, especially after a 15-play drive and no cash.
8.5 minutes on that drive, Eric. Did I do that math right? Yeah, 8.5 minutes.
You're the math teacher.
Doesn't mean anything right now. Don Rebel stole my abacus about 6 years ago, so all bets are off.
Don Rebel might have created the abacus.
Handoff up the middle, not much room there for Sodders. Out past the 5, give him a gain of 1. Again, Sodders in the first half, 14 carries for 85 yards. That is a season high for the senior running back. 3rd down and long, and here's the question, Eric. How aggressive are you willing to be in this scenario?
Safe throw. If you do it, it's going to be a safe throw to the outside and have your playmaker try to shake loose and make the play himself. Good, easy, maybe 2-3 yard pass. Maybe like a little look-in slant.
McBride, the lone receiver to the left. They're going to go option, quick pitch to try to get away from Slayton Williams, who makes a huge shoestring tackle. Otherwise, Sodders had some room in front of him. First time we called his name on defense. He was almost like he wasn't there in the first half,
Well,
Eric.
you asked the question. There's your answer. You run an option in your own end zone.
Phew.
Boy, how fast is he? I mean, that is such a great job using that wingspan to close on that tackle and just make the last-second dive. So watch it again here by Williams. I mean, Sodders is gone if Williams doesn't dive right there. That is an excellent play.
Now Carlson has to boot it from his own end zone. End-over-end punt is going to bounce at the 40 and basically bounce straight up in the air down to at the 46-yard line. That's where Southside will take back over, so the defense does the job after that short drive. Started at the 46-yard line. Well, we didn't have an official chassis toss here tonight, Eric. I went cashless again by accident, so want to give a...
I want to be honest, James, I did not see 50-50 either.
I heard them call the number. I didn't see anything, though. So unfortunately unable to do so, but we'll double up for the big one next week. Again, Mohawk against Riverside and Laurel traveling to Neshannock are games for next week. We'll have a double chassis toss broadcast for that one. Try to win us some more money for that new chassis scholarship. Big thanks to Pontius Insurance for everything they're doing, helping us pay for these 50-50s this year. Hoping to cash in big. We've already got one. Limon still can't believe.
He'll never let you forget that.
No, that's very true.
Once again, the fish is going to get bigger by the year.
By the day at this point. 4-yard gain on first down there for Amari Mormon. Under a minute to play now in quarter number 3. Play action and rolling out is Frazier. Has a man streaking down the field, and it's going to be coming back to it, but could not get to it. McBride, a good job of trying to avoid any contact at the end of that play, too, as the receiver coming back to the football, of course. Fans don't like it, but I think McBride did a pretty good job of trying to avoid. I mean, if it's pros, it's automatically, it's face guarding, you're going to get that called. But
the other thing, they missed early movement up front by Southside, too, and didn't throw a flag on it. So they got away with one there, and maybe Laurel got away with one on the other end of it.
Is that a example of ball don't lie? Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
Or is that Ohio State, Oregon that you're talking?
Yes.
3rd down, 6 to go. Look like maybe again moving on the left side.
Yep.
Frazier rolling out, throws on the run. This one tipped, one-handed catch. Oh, baby. Curtis Roy, after the deflection, able to keep the feet down, able to snag it out of the air, of course. We'll check that out on the highlight reel coming up later as well, Eric. Beautiful pitch and catch. Extends the drive, another 3rd down conversion.
Well, I like the confidence that they show in Frazier in letting him throw the ball to get the first down, and almost a disaster as it was tipped, but I mean, he threaded that ball in there, and then Roy just has to end up making the amazing OBJ catch on the sideline.
The adjustment after the deflection is what gets me. There's one thing to make a catch like that, Eric. It's another one to do it, with the ball basically tipped 5 feet in front of you.
Yeah, have to adjust your timing, trying to, he may not have even known if the ball was coming to him initially anyway. So he might be thinking this ball's coming to me, not really paying attention to his teammate. And, whew.
Mormon dragging tacklers on the last play of the 3rd quarter. He'll pick up 4. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 when we return. Spartans controlling this game, up by 21 as the team switch sides. 4th quarter when we return. It's LC SportsNet powered by LCAT.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
It's so convenient for them. We take them door to door. We help them get off and on the bus if they need to use the lifts.
I love the people, especially the senior citizens.
They care about us as much as we care about them.
even if it's the same day. To schedule your joyride, call Axe today.
When it comes to shopping for insurance, there are thousands of options out there. MVP Insurance proactively shops and compares your policies to find the best coverage and rate. Josh Mathur and David Verratti want to provide you with the level of personalized service that you know that you are the MVP of their agency. They simplify insurance so you can live stress-free. Visit one of the locations in Xenia Opal or in New Springfield, Ohio. Call MVP for the win. Proud sponsor of the MVP of the game on the Lawrence County SportsNet.
We'll have that MVP Insurance MVP of the game coming up at the end of this one. We've had plenty of Maley Chiropractic Play of the Game nominations, I'll tell you what. And make sure, remember, with the changing weather, or hey, we're in week 9 of the season, too much time on the bleachers, that bleacher back, all that can really affect how you're feeling on a daily basis. Visit Maley Chiropractic, Dr. Maley, Dr. Bowser, Dr. Ardro, and get fixed up and straightened up before we head into the playoffs. 3rd down and 5, play action, throw out into the flat, caught there by Corfield. It's going to depend on the spot. No, he's got it. Needed to get to the 20, down to the 17-yard line. That will be enough to move the chains.
Again, a good safe throw with Frazier, and they've gotten that little timing route down. Low risk, high reward. And here's where the Laurel defense is going to have to buckle up once again. This can't end with Laurel just playing out of the shadow of their own end zone and Southside getting these short fields. There's got to be a stop and a subsequent drive.
Ooh, a little stature Liberty, kind of fumble-rooski almost, but staying at home was Tyler Shearer, as it was kind of a inverse handoff.
That was a great call.
Wow.
Great design, a play, but a better play by Shearer, who, again, we said, these guys have to follow the ball. They got to stay at home. We've seen some incredibly smart defensive play out of Laurel in this game, James.
8th play of this drive. A Wildcat look this time, trying to bounce to the near side as Corfield. He's going to get dragged down just inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down, about 3 to go. And again, just another little different wrinkle we haven't seen tonight, with the Rams going Wildcat. Got a score update for us over there, Eric?
Yeah, Pippa driving, and it looked like they were going to cut further into this lead of Montour. Montour comes up with a massive interception to thwart a Quip's drive. And we'll get the actual score update for you here in a second.
3rd and 3, handoff, Pavlovich up the middle. He's fighting forward, one of the linemen. I believe that's Tyler Fuchs, or Casey Wilson actually had just a huge chunk of jersey just hanging on for dear life on that one. 3rd down conversion of the drive. How about this? They're 6 of 7 on 3rd down on the Rams here in the second half, but they still have a 21-0 deficit. You're right, the clock, the enemy. This is Southside football to a T right now, Eric, but they are down by 3 scores with under 10 to play. Jet sweep to Corfield, cuts up, not going to be able to get it into the end zone on that one. Check that. That was 2, not 22. Amari Moman picking up a couple. And you can't say that they're not playing their game. 10-play drive on the first drive and then a fumble. 15-play drive to start the second half. Turnover on downs inside the 5. This is about to be the 11th play of this drive. 2nd and goal from the 3. Coming up on 9 minutes to play, though. Wildcat for Corfield. Couple blockers in front. He's going to walk in untouched from 3 yards out. Southside on the board with 9:04 remaining and a little bit of life here in Hookstown.
Yeah, they're going to have to continue to fight uphill, but that's a good-looking drive. And considering that you only had to go less than half the field after your defense does a good job, that's what you need if you go 15 plays and don't score. You hold the opposing team to a quick possession, get the ball back, go less than half a field, get your points, And you still got 9:04, and it looks like we had a flag on the field here before.
Yeah, they do the swinging gate, and don't know, did somebody move? I was marking down on my sheet, Eric. I did not see that.
21-15 Montour Aliquippa.
So now it'll be a 25-yard extra point for Mateja Pavlovich. Snap is back, kick is up. He's got plenty of leg on it, and he sneaks it inside the left upright. 21-7, 9:04 remaining here in the ball game. Don't go anywhere, folks. Does Southside kick it deep, or do they onside? We'll find out when we return at lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP.
Firefly Solar is a proud sponsor of LC Sportsnet. From our regional business partnership to our community benefits agreement with local schools, Firefly Solar is dedicated to being an outstanding neighbor and beacon of economic support for the Lawrence County community. Let's create a stronger energy infrastructure while preserving the agricultural beauty of Lawrence County. Visit fireflysolarpa.com for more info about the Firefly Solar project. Firefly Solar, creating a brighter future in Lawrence County.
Your Joseph Marketplace drive summary, 11-play, 45-yard drive. Corfield from the Wildcat from 3 yards out gets the touchdown for AC Corfield. That is touchdown run number 7 on the season. And it looks like Laurel not really in a onside defense. I'm a little surprised here, Eric.
Yeah, I think it might be a little too early for that. You have to trust your defense is game enough. They could squib this without question. Laurel does have a couple of guys up, but there is a giant gap, about a 20-yard gap between the up men and the return men. So be cognizant of that, but I think it might be a little bit too early. You got to trust your defense, at least on this possession. See if you can get the ball back fast, and then I think after the next one you might do that.
Pavlovich does put the boom into it. 3 deep men. Middle one's going to take it. That's Sodders at his own 3-yard line. Goes up the middle, and he is held up and then hit hard at about the 23-yard line. So the interesting numbers again, Laurel ran twice as many plays as Southside in the first half, 32-16. 16 plays in the first half for Southside. They ran 15 on the first drive alone in the fourth quarter, or in the third quarter, excuse me. Now early fourth quarter, the plays in this half are 27-3.
Yeah, and that's Laurel is, they don't need points on this drive. They got to take at least 4 minutes off the clock, though.
Yeah, they got to get a couple first downs. That's the goal. How about this? We haven't had a Pontius Insurance timeout in this game. Can you believe that?
Well, that might be coming here because Southside's going to have eventually, if they start picking up those first downs, you're going to force them to use them.
Sodders is going to get one right here on first down. Move the chains right away. Big hole up the gut for Jackson Sodders. He's approaching the century mark here.
Yeah, the way he's run the ball tonight, his field vision, and the guys up front that are blocking for him, we're seeing that physical offensive line that Brian Cooper talked about in the preseason, which I still can't get over the fact feels like 8 months ago, but it was like yesterday. But, he said it from the jump. He said our offensive line is going to be a key. We want to be more physical. We want to be tough. And I'll tell you, they have done that here the last 4 games, but particularly tonight.
Sodders over the century mark on that last carry. He'll add to that about 3 or 4 yards more. Moving the chains on first down, and pay attention and see, will Laurel be using the full 40 each time they get the ball?
It might be a good idea. They do have a play clock on the other end of the field that they're looking down to, so they have a good idea. See that Southside defense right there, and they have been working their tail off tonight trying to stop this running game. And if you had that tonight as the key, stopping the Laurel running game, I need lottery numbers from you.
Yes, please. They snap that with about 8 on the play clock. Throw over the middle, quick slant, caught, first down. Colton Carlson dragging tacklers. He'll get close to midfield. Give him another pickup of about 12 yards and move the chains.
How good was that throw by Santini, though? I mean, he whips this thing in there so fast. And it's a tight window he's got to fit that into. I mean, he's used to framing pitches and throwing into the baseball game, but that is a tight window you feed it into, and that's the confidence level he has right now at this portion of the season that maybe he didn't quite have when week 0 started. But now you ask him to make that throw, he has no problem doing it.
Remember, this is the team that took the undefeated Elwood City Wolverines into overtime back in that week 0 game. Jackson Sodders only had a few carries in that game as he split time. He's now taken over the workhorse role, and you can see why. MVP Insurance, MVP of the game nomination for sure, the way he has run the ball. 19 carries for $120. Thorne Johnson making the tackle. You can even just see the body language of players coming off. That was Parker Del Morel, kind of palms to the sky of like, what can we do?
Now, gap integrity would be a start, but this Laurel offensive line has controlled that front. They're now controlling the clock, too.
Jet sweep for Carlson, and this one's going to come back with a flag in the backfield. Gain of 4 for now. Carlson, 3 catches, 5 carries on the day. A couple of Wildcat touchdowns. And also a potential player of the game nomination. We'll see what the call is on this one. Again, coming after the game, we will have that MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Call MVP for the win. They coach clients to better prices, better coverage. Visit MVPINS for more information and for your free quote. So that'll be from the previous spot. And what a huge difference that is to the rules, Eric. To have that from the previous spot, not from the spot of the foul. Otherwise, this would be like a 1st and 27.
Depending on where the foul
is.
But, yeah, I agree. That was the right rule change last season. I think both teams and everybody else have adapted to it well, and I think coaches appreciate that rule too.
And in 2 years, I think I've only seen it misdone once, so like going the old fashion and marking it from the wrong spot and getting a 1st down and 22. Number 12 just battering and bruising his way down close to the original. So if you can hear us, we have lost power in the press box. Not entirely sure what we're going to have going on here, but there are 6 minutes remaining. Six minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here. We'll call the game like this while they try to restore power in the booth. There we go. We just got it back on, so we're going to get you back to camera action here in a minute. We have to let our system reboot. Give us a moment. We'll call this radio style. 2nd and 12. They're going to hand off up the middle to Sodders. Breaks away from 1. Falls forward for a gain of 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. So we're going to stay like this for the time being, apparently. 3rd down, 9. Keeper for Santini up the gut, not going anywhere. It's going to gain maybe a yard or 2. That is it. They keep trying to flick the power back on, and it keeps flicking back off. Hopefully, yeah, something's tripping a circuit down there. Can't blame us. We were here last week, too. It's not our equipment. Offense will stay on the field. We're down to 5:50. Well, I don't know how much time is left because 5:56 is where the scoreboard is stuck. So we're going to assume just shy of 4 minutes to go. 4th down and 7. Santini drops back to pass. Steps up in the pocket. He's going to tuck and run. It's going to be close, but he's going to come down just shy of the yard to gain. Needed 7. He got 6 on the carry. It's going to be a turnover on downs. And there's the stop that Southside needed. There it is, turnover on downs. So again, we are out of power in the press box. So we're going to have to go straight audio the rest of the way here, the way this is going. Throw to the near sideline, caught and going out of bounds is Roy. Picks up a few yards, but more importantly, stops the clock. And Eric, we're going to have to guesstimate on the time at this point. Something's tripping it, yeah. So that last play, Eli Buchanan just made his first catch of the game, give him a gain of 7, and then a late hit at the end of the play. Probably targeting is going to be the call here against one of the Laurel defenders. They're talking now about where the penalty is going to be assessed from. Telling us 3:44 remaining. Score remains 21-7. That's it. I wonder, Eric. Let me try this. Everything's been working all game with the power. Not sure what is causing this. To the outside, Corfield gets across the line of scrimmage, tackled pretty quickly, and now time is going to become an issue. Quickly to the line they go. 2nd down and 8. Rolling out to his left is Frazier, the quarterback. Throw out in the flat, intercepted by Laurel. Colton Carlson takes it to the house. His 3rd touchdown of the game on the pick 6. And that one's going to about put the nail in the coffin. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 2 on the ground, And that one about a 65-yard interception return for a house call. Maya Jarrett's point after misses wide to the left. With about 3:01 remaining, Laurel now a 27-7 advantage. We'll step aside for a moment. No power in the press box. We'll do what we can. Laurel on top. Back in a moment. LCSportsNet.com.
At Medore Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medore, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information.
So 27-7 your score, approximately 3 minutes remaining in the game. Colton Carlson gets his third touchdown of the game with that pick six to stall the south side drive. They were moving the ball. Ooh, action. Now every time out on the field gives us a chance to try to figure something out here. Again, 27-7 score, about 3 minutes remaining in the game. Right as we get the cameras back, a long catch. Slayton Williams going to get down to the 25-yard line on the play. It's a catch. What do you want to say, Eric? About 50 yards down to the 23. Time winding down. Frazier, quick throw near sideline. Good catch there. Buchanan dragged out of bounds at the 15. Clock will stop. We don't know exactly how much time is left. I think we might be getting full power back here. Knock on wood.
Another inside handoff, back handoff to Televic, down to the 10-yard line. So again, we don't know how much time is left, about 2 minutes. Ball down to the 10-yard line. Keeper, Fraser, tries to get to the outside, slides down inside the 10, down to the 9 or 8. There's going to be a timeout called by the Southside Rams. Yep, there it goes. I didn't plug anything in. Not us. See if we can get a time update here. No.
Wing line, yeah, one wing line, 29 wing line. Pro, out of pro.
Well, we got at least some semblance of video coming your way. My stats are all jacked up, but with just under 6 minutes to play, we lost power in the press box. We're approximating or about 2 minutes remaining now in the game. Unofficial time on the bottom of your screen. 3rd and goal, rolling out to his right. Frazier throws off his back foot, throws it up for grabs, and it's going to be knocked away. 2 players there, both for the Spartans, kind of knocked it out of each other's hands. And that was 2nd down. This will be 3rd down and goal coming up from the 2.
This is the one you get push shot. 47 push shot. Pro. When you're ready to use another timeout, how much time is left there?
And the coaches up here in the booth asking the same question we are.
Testing.
Power back for the time being, maybe. We'll find out. Double handoff coming back to the far side is AC Corfield trying to get to the corner. One man to beat, and J.J. McBride's going to usher him to the boundary. Got knocked out at about the 2 or 3 yard line. He is shy.
I've been asked to make a reminder to all the Southside fans.
It's going to be 4th down and 1 to go. They can get the 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Ball at the 2. Sticks at the 1.
Park at the 1, though. Ratherkill, Junior Collins. Then, at the conclusion of the game. Thank you.
Fourth and 1. Mormon, the man in motion. Handoff, Pavlovich into the end zone. South side. Punches it in from 1-2 yards out. Pavlovich cuts the deficit.
And to attempt the extra point.
And scoreboard.
Pavlovich.
Should be 27-13, I believe, right? PAT was no good. And hopefully we'll get a confirmation of how much time is left.
Hold for the 22, Corfield. Gets the kicker from a 44, Pavlovich.
Pavlovich kick, though, is blocked at the line. It remains a 14-point game. 27-13. Back in a moment. LCSportsNet.com, powered by LCAP.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measle will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
Since 1911, the City Rescue Mission has been serving our community by providing food for the hungry, shelter for the homeless, and hope for the lost. We continue to love all that come through our doors, extending mercy and providing grace just as God has done for each of us, serving with a compassionate heart and sharing the good news of the gospel and the hope we all have in Jesus Christ, just like we've done since 1911. We can't do this alone, and we continue to need your help.
All right, we believe we are back in full. Malovich after the rushing touchdown from 2 yards out. Now kicking off. We expect an onside kick coming. We got video back there, but no audience. Let's probably finish it off like this. When they say 146. Onside kick, and it's going to be taken by one of the men. Perfect job there by Laurel. Smothering the football. On that kickoff is number 54, Colton Carlson. 2 rushing touchdowns, a pick 6, a recovery there on an onside kick as well. Remember last night? 145 is what they're putting on the close. And up the middle, Jackson Sodders. He has had Sodders come out by the Rams. By the Rams. Have some kind of a post. There was number 7, Mason Williams. Unofficially for Sodders, 21 carry for 130 yards. Is it 38 games? Keep it just like this. After the timeout, it'll get up back. And down in 7. Off to a 48-yard line. Technology figured out up here. Lost power midway through the fourth quarter. Laurel got a pick 6. Southside drove back down, taking to get a touchdown. Got turning the ball once again for another touch or another timeout. Timeout calling the Rams. There by the Rams. That should be their final one. And 53 here on leading. Don't know why I'm still. Very nice. And next week we will have volleyball coverage. Not sure which games yet, but we're hoping to get multitude games on Monday. And hopefully opening round games on Wednesday as well. We're trying to get to the Union game. That's going to be a tough one at St. Joseph. Do the best we can for that. And we'll also have the junior high football championship. Laurel hosting Union on Wednesday. On this year, that game. Season. Younger guy was brother with a 90-yard pick six to win it for Laurel. We got the rematch. This can be a dandy in the championship. We'll also have the girls junior high basketball championships coming up on Tuesday evening as well. Third straight handoff, 23rd. Southside cannot stop the clock. It'll be down to a 25 for 25. That's an issue with this play. 77. Williams. Clock at 50 seconds, 12 on the play clock, so it'll be just under 40 seconds when the Spartans will likely take their conscious insurance timeout. After that last game, we'll now bring up a fourth down and 4. We have a timeout called by the Spartans. Again on Friday, Laurel at Neshannock will be some big 7 title game. And of course, the last one. We'll also have the Riverside Mohawk battle for the final automatic bid. Again, playoffs are really working this year. Top 3 in each conference in Class 1A and 2A make playoffs automatically. The next 4 picks are all wild card selection by the committee. So Laurel will come out to 4th down and 5. And they're going to put the offense out there. Get after the timeout. It'll bring up a 4th down and 4. The 46-yard line. Laurel's going to put their offense on the field, potentially try to ice this game on the offense. Santini fires, far sideline, wide open, sliding and making the catch is J.J. McCutcheon. His parents to the game. It's Brad. That's good enough for a first down. It'll bring up a first down and 10. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the postgame show. It'll be a pregame postgame show. Back in a moment. LC Sports.
Congratulations to our September LCAP Team of the Month. The Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Elwha City Boys Golf as the September LCAP Team of the Month after finishing 15-0, undefeated in the regular season for the first time since 1979. Congratulations to Coach Sam Berry and the Elwha City Golf Team, our September LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock's tennis double duo Giada Capabianco and Maddie Arrow as the September Red Zone Female Athletes of the Month after winning the section's championship. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Wilmington's Santino Toscano as the September Red Zone Male Athlete of the Month for winning the District 10 championship in golf. Congratulations and best of luck to Neshannock's Maddie Arrow and Giada Capabianco and Wilmington's Santino Toscano, the September Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Postgame show here your way. You do have power back, but it's a final score of 27-13. Laurel with the victory. Quick recap. Laurel, 3 possessions in the first half, 3 touchdowns. Wildcat runs at 14 and 13 yards from Fulton Carlson, and then he caught a pass down the 1-yard line to get a Jackson Saunders touchdown to basically end the first half. 21-0 score at halftime. Southside took a long drives to begin the second half, but they were unable to score on the first drive. 15-play drive ending in no points. And then after a 3-down, they do put one on the board, an AC Corfield touchdown run. They're looking to drive again with about 5 minutes left. We've lost power in the booth at this point, so we're estimating about 5 minutes left. One throw to the near sideline is kicked off by Laurel Carlson. Takes it to the house to end the game. Your final, or not to end the game, but Southside did get the ball back. One more time down the field. Take a pound on the 2-yard touchdown run on 4th down to end the scoring. Laurel gets the onside kick, converts 4th down, and wins it. Couple quick awards to hand out. First, we're taking the play of the game on the conversion. It's a nifty little big field goal, or big extra point, really. Chasing point, they get it to go in. They give it to the local the lineman, turn tight end, turn older, do everything on the play in Jaden Memorial. He's going to get your Mandycard Graphic play of the game. Congratulations. And I were a Mandycard Graphic TQ in the game. As an MVP of the game, we have 2 really good options. So you know what, Eric? Thank you. What the heck? We got 2 shirts. Let's do it. 3 touchdown performers for Colton Carlson. Buchanan Moore with Jackson Saunders. Unofficially 23 carries for a top 30 and a touchdown. They will both be MVP insurance, MVP of the game winners. Congratulations. They will receive customized t-shirts as well, courtesy of the Recreation team tonight's awards. So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations again to our award winners here. Which I mean, the regular sure machine account for it's